that's really where the idea came from, was to spin it around, but it's not this post-apocalyptic kind of wasteland. It's they've gone back to their regular lives and are trying to function in the world, and then there's the dilemma of they're going to run out of human beings, they're going to run out of their food supply.
Yeah.
And when we came up with that, we thought that's really cool, that's really interesting. I've never seen any vampire film like that before, and this was back in about 2003, so there wasn't your True Bloods and your Twilight.
What happens when there isn't a single drop left?
We wrote the script hoping we said, gee, we'd like an Ethan Hawke type. You know, we were thinking someone who's intelligent and vulnerable and can do the action thing as well. And we figured, what the hell, we'll just send him the script. And he read the script and he responded really well to it. We went to New York, met him, and we showed him all this visual material that we had in mind. And he said, I'm in, you know, I want to do it. And to his credit, you know, like, for him to say yes to a project like that, we only made this cheesy little zombie movie beforehand. For him to say yes, it takes an awful lot of courage. And because he said yes, it really opened up the doors for everybody else, like Willem and Sam and Claudia and Michael and Vince and Isabel and all these wonderful actors that we have on the film.
We want to rebuild the human race.
A blood substitute is not a cure.
I was like you once, and not no more. Who are you?
We're the folks with the crossbows.
Was it William that was the clincher for you, Claudia? Because I heard this morning you were saying you have a bit of a crush on.
Yeah, I adore that guy. He's magnificent. I've loved him since he played Jesus in the Last Temptation of Christ. He was just fantastic in that. Oh no, it was a combination of things. Ethan and just I'd done a lot of naturalism with Secret Life of Us and Love My Way, and the opportunity to kind of run around chasing vampires with a crossbow in that company. And also I'd watched The Undead and the making of The Undead, and I really was the idea of working with such passionate filmmakers as these two, who are going to put a kind of brick on the accelerator of a car and just drive it into a creek and almost kill people in the name of art.
We don't do
these
that
guys
anymore.
are great.
You don't do that anymore?
No, they're OH&S. It's too many legal restrictions.
You like being a vampire, Sam?
I'm good at this. I was never very good at being human.
That was interesting, wasn't
Which was it? Because we're doing it because get dialect coach and we're doing all this, training to get the accent and whatnot and practicing everything, and then all of a sudden we get these fangs in and none of us can talk. So, and it was, well, can we borrow the fangs to actually learn how to talk with the fangs in?
Did you spend a lot of time rehearsing with the fangs in? Did you?
Yeah, to the point where it was natural to have the fangs in.
Talking to the scary stuff, did your daughter came along on the set, Claudia?
Yeah, I know, it's terrible. She did. When they were filming the Subsider, the guy licks the wall and flings upside down. He was actually in the chair for, I think, was it 14 hours, getting his makeup done through the night, and then had to work that day. But yeah, that was the day that Audrey came for the catered lunch, and she was standing in the queue next to a Subsider who was loading up his plate with pasta or something. She just went white.
How old was she
then?
then?
Never wants to visit me at work again.
I bet not.
No, poor thing. I think she was 6.
Right.
Wow.
She was pretty
Has
horrified.
she seen it? I know it's
No. She's still on G-rated movies. She's not good with scary movies.
How did you explain to her what Mummy was doing with a man dressed up like that?
Oh no, she completely understands it's a vampire movie and it's a horror and all that. And yeah. Then I did another film after that where I died with an arrow through my neck, and I've got those photos kind of sitting around the house. And I really should probably lock those ones away.
That last breath of humanity will vanish as soon as the blood does.
I found a cure. I can change you back.
What's the cure?
Doesn't hurt me.
Can anyone hear me?
Wanna feel how it feels.
They found us. They're everywhere.
You wanna know that it doesn't hurt me. If I only could.
When we made the film before the first Twilight movie was shot, so we had no idea. The only thing it was really weird because one day I looked in the shop and I saw a Edward the Vampire t-shirt, and the character in our film his name is Edward. I'm like, how the hell do they know about our film already?
No.
You know? And I was like, wow, we haven't started any marketing or promotion for the film. How do they know? And then they're like, oh, that's Twilight. I'm like, what's Twilight?
No.
So it's just strange how those things work out that way. You know, it's.
But these things sort of come in vogue. There's no real plan for it. The vampires are now hot again, and you had no idea.
No idea.
But it's interesting though. I wonder if Twilight hadn't come out. I wonder whether this film would have been as successful or least.
Well, I think there was always the audience.
You never know, do you?
Because it's this awareness, isn't it? It's just general